What's up, everybody? Andrew Bachman here with Visibly Connected. Today we're going to be talking about what questions digital marketing firms should be asking you. With so many companies out there, it's kind of hard to know which one is the right fit. If you keep watching this video, we're going to go over the questions that you should expect to hear from a qualified firm. That way you kind of know that you're going to be plugged in with the company that's going to actually bring you success. Who are you? It seems like a pretty broad question, but it's a great place to start. With a digital marketing firm coming in, they're not going to really know a whole lot about your company. I mean, granted, they're going to do some research beforehand and kind of get to know whatever's out there already on the internet. But chances are, if you're seeking out a digital marketing firm, you're not going to have a huge presence online. That can stem into more detailed questions, such as what is your voice? What is your company's voice? What's the story? What products and services you offer. Questions like this will really help kind of shape and mold the game plan for how digital marketing companies like us, create these campaigns and what objectives and what deliverables we want to give you. Who would you like to reach? This is a very, very important question. It's one that most companies struggle with. What we do generally is provide our clients with a buyer persona. Or it's called an avatar. And what this does is it's a fictional idea of what your optimal client is, or who your buyer is, who your target market is. And you start filling it out with basic demographic information, age, gender, location, and then you dive into it further. You got to really put yourself in these people's shoes and think, what are their interests? Where do they hang out online? What publications do they read? What other brands are they interested in? What influencers do they follow? All this stuff is really important when it comes to narrowing down your audience, and you want to make sure that your campaigns and your marketing is all going to the right people. By the end of it, you'll have several working personas. Because you don't just have one target audience. You have multiple different types of people that typically buy or use your service or product or service. So getting the whole picture together really helps a marketing company achieve what you're wanting them to do for you. What is your current marketing strategy? This is a pretty important question for a digital marketing firm to ask you. The answer could simply be nothing. You're not doing anything. You could be a startup, or you could just not have an online presence. But more often than not, people will have tried some things on their own, done some DIY stuff, maybe even have had experience with a previous marketing company and it just wasn't very successful. But it's important for a marketing firm to ask what you've done, what you are currently doing, and also the results of that. So we want to know if you've made any efforts to rank for organic search, what you're coming up for, what keywords your company's associated with, what social media platforms you're on, how active you are. There's a lot that goes into it, so we kind of know where we're starting and where we have to go. How do you measure the success of a marketing strategy? It's really important that a digital marketing firm asks you this question, because we, as well as you, want to know what metrics to look at when you're measuring the success. Not everything's going to result in sales or dollars necessarily. There's different campaigns and different strategies for different objectives. Some companies just starting out, they need exposure, they need awareness. So you're going to have a strategy, on social media and getting out organic search, basically just to make people aware that the company's even around and kind of educate the audience. There's going to be other metrics to follow that will result purely in sales, and you'll have to know how much your cost per lead is, how much your cost per click is. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to follow to kind of judge the success of a marketing campaign. Another important question in this is, have you worked with any marketing agencies in the past? If so, why did that relationship end? And did you find them to be successful or not? And if not, what did they do that was not successful? All of this is important in getting the big picture. The last question is, how can we work together to achieve your goal? This one's important because it's not going to be 100% on the digital marketing agency. It's going to take your work as well. Yes, you're paying the agency for a service and results, but that's not just a hands-off approach. It's your company, it's your baby. You are going to need to be involved. The firm will want to know things like, is there going to be anybody working on the website? Who all is going to be the point of contact when we're running these campaigns? There's going to be a chain of command that needs to be followed on both ends. So knowing exactly what your role is as the client and our role as the agency is will really kind of lay out those responsibilities in the beginning. All right, that kind of wraps it up. All of these questions will obviously lead to more questions, and it's all about the discovery process. It's very important that the firm, the digital marketing firm that you're meeting with, ask all the appropriate questions and really takes the time to kind of dig in to know what they're getting into, because not every client and marketing firm is a match. There's plenty of times where we've gone to meetings where the expectations of our client are just unrealistic, or they're just not sure that this is what they need at that venture in their business. So again, it's going to open up a conversation, and that's the most important part. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for the next video.